So we play a lot together, and you have a fine vibra, a very nice vibra, but you can't always take that ball in the middle, can you?
No, it's a grey area, isn't it? There's this point in the middle when I perhaps can't make it, and it's going to be a high backhand volley for you. So what does the player do?
Yeah, and we see this a lot, don't we? At recreational level, this ball comes over and players are doing this off their backhand volley, and well, we don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah, well, this video is all about that.
At recreational level, we do see players doing this on both sides, but specifically it's more for the right side player to cover this ball down the middle, isn't it?
Yeah, the left-sided player, I'm very rarely going to hit a high backhand volley or find myself in that position. If I do, I'm going to be playing a rouleau cross court, or I'll play a gancho down the line.
And this is why you don't see it at World Padel Tour level. You might see it very, very rarely, but the majority of the time, anything over their left shoulder is a gancho or a rouleau to try and be offensive in the point. So starting, if the ball is down my line, I'm going to be one step closer than Tom, and I'm going to cover this line. And if the ball gets lobbed down the middle, then you as the left court player can really cover that with a bandeja or a vibra.
But when the ball is played down my line and I'm covering this channel down here and I'm one step ahead of my partner, sometimes I might not be able to cover that area in the middle.
The first part of this is getting into position straight away. As soon as you see they're hitting a lob and it's coming in your direction, you immediately want to say to yourself, I'm going to play with the front side of my racket and therefore an overhead as opposed to the backhand.
Yeah, and it's the same on the left-hand side. You want to, if the ball goes up and you're playing an overhead, much rather play on this side of the racket than trying to play a high backhand.
When it comes to the technique of the gancho, often players complicate it. The ball is coming over your left shoulder. You don't need like elbow extension on the shot, and you don't need a big windmill swing. You are essentially coming from a high bandeja position and just blocking the ball down over that shoulder. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. One of the big things is the recovery. So if you hit your gancho, you hit that shot, you want to fast recover back to your net position, and here a backhand volley is very difficult because you end up turning, falling away from your position, and it's quite difficult to regain it.
Yeah, and on this particular gancho, you would play it cross court because it allows us to maintain our position as a pair on the court.
Yes, it would be very risky for me to play this down the line because we would open up a big gap from this side of the court. So try to aim to hit every lob that comes towards you with the front side of your racket as an overhead, as opposed to a backhand volley. There'll be the odd exception, but for the majority, try to hit an overhead.
Yeah, minimise as much as you can those high falling backhand volleys. And if you do struggle with your overheads, let us know what you struggle with in the comments.
And we've got a great video if you want to know more about the overheads on the right-hand side of the court down here.